shoulders roll up, back, and down a couple times for me, please. I'm looking to see bunny ears for real. I saw Michelle's butterflies. And then relax those shoulders out of your ears, extend tall through the back side of your head. Pull your ribs down, pull your abs in, lengthen that tailbone. Back of the neck is long, and we're just holding here. Inhaling tall in that posture, exhaling, ribs come down. Inhaling tall, exhaling, ribs come down. One more time. Inhale tall and exhale down. Let's start with our curtsies this morning. So side, and then we bend into that left leg and come up. So bending into that left leg, working the quad and the glute here. Good. Try and keep that chest lifted. Imagine you have bunny ears and they're still pointing to the sky. Few more here. Good, 2 more. And then we're gonna hold down in this position, all the weight on that left leg. Lift those right toes off the ground. And we're gonna sit an inch, sit an inch, sit. Teeny, tiny movements. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and bring it up. All right, weight on your left leg. Right toes are gonna point, abs drawn in. Remember, stay tall in your spine as you bend and straighten through that right leg. No weight on that left leg, it simply taps behind you. A little bit of bend in the knee as you come up and down. Good, chest lifted. All that weight on that right leg. 4 more. Good, last 2. And last 1, sit into it, leg lifts. And now we just come up and down, tiny movement, working that quad and working that glute. And relax. All right, we are coming to the back of the mat now. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and let's take a wide stance. Bend your knees and then hinge so that your back is long and flat. Your torso is pretty parallel to the ground. And then we're going to tuck and round into that cat stretch. And then tailbone extends, shoulders out of your ear, back of the neck is long, extending that spine in your bunny. So you can make your little bunny teeth sound if you want. I know you can do that at home. You can say, I forgot what I said. I'll come back to it. Round, and then extending that bunny. All I can think of is top of the morning. And exhale to round, and inhale to extend one more time. Back of the neck is nice and long. And then we're gonna open those arms again, pull in those abs, tailbone extended, not tucked under. So all your weight is back in your heels, and you're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades, squeeze them. Squeeze them. What's up, Doc? That's what the bunny says. Last 2 and last 1. Hands on your thighs. Straighten your arms to lift your chest, and then come on up. Big deep breath in. Exhale, bend those knees. Find that flat back. Round in your cat. Inhale in your bunny, and then torso parallel. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Good, hands on your thighs, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge it right back over, find it all. Squeeze those shoulders 2 times, lift it back up, and then over 1 more time. Squeeze those shoulders, and then we're gonna walk it forward. Keep those legs wide, and hands can go pretty wide too. And then I want you to think about that cat-cow in between your shoulder blades, right? So round your shoulders, and then squeeze them together. And round them and squeeze them together. Now your body is lifting and lowering a little bit, but only because you're moving from that shoulder area. 2 more times. Good. And then squeeze those legs, widen about halfway, and just hold this strong, strong plank. When you're ready, bring your feet together, press through your heels, and shift your weight forward and back. Onto your tippy toes, and then press through that heel. Tippy toes, press through the heel. Try not to pike those hips up as you move. 2 more times, and then bring it on down. You can press back in that resting position, sit your hips back on your heels. And then as you come forward, you're on your forearms, and we'll just get a nice little arch in that spine. Back of the neck is nice and long, chin is tucked. Good, and then from there, we're going to press up into our regular plank, just a quick one here, because we're warming up. Tuck those toes as you're ready. Lift the chest, the ribs, hips, hold here. And then again, if you want to do that little shift forward and back, feel free. And then relax, and we'll press back in that resting position again. And then as you come up into a seated position, please. So shoulders are back out of those ears. We're going to hinge back and then pull those ribs in, shoulders back and down. And then that same squeezing of the shoulder blades that we did before, we're going to do right here. Squeeze them together, squeeze them together. Keep those ribs and abs in. Feel a little extra work here. And then because you're hinged back and you're opening those arms, 2 more times. Good. And then grab those legs, bend your elbows, pull your belly button in and roll up, and then extend tall. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, hinge back, pull your ribs in, open your arms. Give me 4 squeezes. Pull those ribs down and in. Good. Grab, roll up, sit tall, hinge back, pull your belly button in. 2 squeezes. Grab, roll up, sit tall, hinge back, 1 squeeze, roll it up, and sit tall. All right, and now we're rolling all the way down onto the spine. Arms rest overhead for just a moment. Let those ribs pop up. As a matter of fact, let's stretch those legs out nice and long. Point the toes. And then flex the heels, and at the same time, pull your belly button down towards the ground so you go into a pretty strong pelvic tilt here. I think I'm off the screen a little bit. I'm going to fix that just a wee bit. You guys can just keep that stretch going. Don't forget, you guys, you can always, unmute yourselves and say, we don't see you. Maybe you don't want to unmute and tell me that. All right, and then go back to the bent knees, arms still up overhead, and then lift those hands a few inches off the ground and pull those ribs down. Good. Arms are going to sweep by the sides. Exhale to float up. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down, roll down. Deep breath in. Exhale to lift. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, sweep them down, and exhale down. So ab prep with arms from double leg stretch so you know what's coming next. Exhale on the movements. Inhale at the top as you sweep. Exhale to go down, and inhale to prepare before you start moving up. Two more times. Exhale to come up. Inhale, reach. And last time, we're going to stay up. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, reach those arms over your head. Give me fingertips to the edges of your skull to lift yourself a little higher. So if part of your shoulder blade was down, see if you can get it a little higher. Hold here. Back of the neck is long. You've got some support from your fingers, so your neck should be okay. And then as you're ready, lift those legs in tabletop. Keep lifting through that spine. Don't let your elbows come forward, however. Extend those legs straight and then reach those arms overhead. Then you're going to bend those knees and tap your shins. Inhale to reach and exhale to tap. And reach and tap. Keep this going. Inhaling and exhaling. A few more because we're going to also do our slow double leg stretch today. Good. 2 more. Last time, let's reach and hold, stretch through the toes, stretch through the fingers, pull the ribs in, and then bend those knees, hug them in, and then stack them up. Inhale, open the knees. Here comes slow double leg stretch. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the heels, reach the arms overhead. And then on the inhale, lift for those toes. You don't have to come all the way up. Exhale to come down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point those toes. Exhale, reach the arms overhead. And inhale, point, lift, reach. And exhale down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point those toes. Exhale, flex the feet, arms reach. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, off the ground. Inhale, point those toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach. Inhale, point, lift, reach. One more with me, then you'll have 2 on your own. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, come down. You have 2 on your own. It's 6 steps if you can get them all. By the way, good morning, everyone. It's good to see a nice crowd here this morning. 1 more round if you are on your 2nd round. And when you finish, hug those knees into your chest. And then we're going to come up and we're going to straighten the legs. And we're going to do our single leg stretch with straight legs today and a little variation with the arms. So keep your right leg straight above your hips. Move your left leg out as if you're doing a single leg stretch and reach your right arm overhead. So it's not scissors, it is single leg with straight legs. And back to center. Right leg reaches, left arm stretches overhead. Can you get your shoulder blade off the ground and inhale center? And exhale, reach and center. And reach and center. If your neck is bothering you, back of the neck stays long, give it some support with your fingers and use just the legs. So this should be a little bit stronger than usual because your legs are long, longer lever, more resistance. And just think opposite leg, opposite arm. Keep it going. And bend those knees, take a quick break. And we're going to reach them right back up again. We're going to turn out into that V, Pilates V, and we're going to open the legs a little bit. Deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. All right, bend your right knee, but don't bring it in, just bend it off to the side. Lift your right hand towards that right knee. So try and get your right shoulder blade off the ground, even if you're using your left hand here. And then stretch that right arm and that left leg in opposite directions. Come back through center. Left knee stays bent, right leg extends up and out. You can use your right hand here to lift your shoulder blades off the ground. Reach through those left fingertips, right leg and left fingertips, and back to center. Deep breath in, here we go. Exhale, twist, reach, lift, and inhale, center. Exhale, twist, reach, lift, and inhale, center. Now, if you don't want to hold on to the back of that straight leg to lift yourself higher, that's fine, but try and do your best to get both shoulder blades off the ground, please. And again, I hope that you are feeling these. I'm feeling these. Notice if that shoulder blade wants to roll down and over, try to keep it lifted off the ground. And then we will take a break. Hug those knees in. And then we will go into our scissors. So we're gonna lift up and grab that right leg, but we're gonna do this kind of the stretchy version today. First thing I want you to notice is your hips roll up. I want you to put your hips back down, right? Try and get your tailbone down. Flex to your right heel and bring your right leg closer, but don't go into that L. Really think about however far the right leg comes, that's only as far as the left leg goes. And then we'll switch it up, grab that left leg. And again, get that tailbone down, flex to that left heel, bring that left leg closer, and then inhale, switch. Exhale, right leg closer, tailbone down on both sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, exhale, right leg. Inhale to switch, exhale, left leg. Couple more here. Hopefully you are feeling this stretch in your hamstring as you do the scissors and keeping that tailbone long, maybe helping keep some focus on pulling those abs in. And then we'll bend the knees and we'll put them back down on the ground. Arms reach overhead. Bring your hands behind your head this time and just stretch out the back of that neck. Good. And then as you come down, hands down by your sides for a moment. Walk your heels back underneath your knees. Press your hands into the ground, so engage fingers, weight or wrists, forearms, elbows, triceps, and shoulders on the ground, and then we lift up into our bridge. Squeeze those glutes, bring that left knee up, extend that left leg, lower it and lift it. Lower and lift, really flex that foot and point and keep those hips lifted, engaging that right side. If you wanted to engage it more, you'd lift those right toes off the ground and then bring that left leg to touch the right knee, squeeze those glutes, lift a little higher, flex to the left heel, open, close. As you open, close, don't open so far that that right leg goes astray or opens up, right? Keep this nice and engaged. Good, and then leg up, bend it and bring it down. Center those hips, and then that right leg comes up. We point to lower, we exhale to flex and lift. And again, really squeeze that left glute. Two more. Good. Right foot or right knee beside the left. Keep your hips open or lifted, open and close. Make sure the left leg isn't gapping to the left. Try and make your opening and closing a little smaller if need be. Good. Knee in, bring it down. Woo, hopefully those hamstrings felt that. Straighten that right leg out. Pull that left knee in for a moment. Give it a little love. Let that tailbone roll up and then press the tailbone down and pull the knee back in without rolling the tailbone up this time. And then we'll straighten out that left leg and bring that right leg in. Same thing, let the tailbone curl up, press it down, and then pull the knee in without necessarily lifting that tailbone. Feet on the ground, abs in. Bring those ribs down towards your hips, engage those abs. Press your hands down, lift your heels, and then your knees, tabletop, shoulders back and down, toe touch exercise. Option for single leg, option for single leg with the heel flexed, option for both legs, toes pointed, or heels flexed, or knees open, heels together. Nice and controlled, ribs down and flat. Keep this going. I'm going to give you an option if you want to add on. Extend those legs up and make it a double leg lower instead. And then whichever version you're doing, take a break, hug those knees in, and let's pivot the knees open and grab the ankles. Bring your forehead up, curl up in a little ball. We're gonna do rolling like a ball, but the seal version of it. So as you exhale, you roll, and when you come to the top, you pause, you flap your flippers 3 times, and you exhale and roll. Or. I don't know what seals have to do with Easter or Easter seals, duh. Sorry, be an Easter seal. Do they still have Easter seals? It's like Christmas seals, right? Don't know if they're still around. Next time you come up, pause here, find your balance, bring those legs up, find your V, controlled balance or open leg balance, your shoulders out of your ears, back of the neck nice and long. We're going to turn this into open leg rocker, which means you pull the belly button in. You're not going to roll onto your head. You can control this, roll your shoulder blades, come up, lift, stick your balance. Exhale to roll, stick your balance at the top. Rolling and holding, exhaling on the movement, and inhaling at the top. Good, last 2. Last 1, oops. Stay up in that balanced position. Keep your hands where they are, bend your knees, put them on the ground. And then slide your heels forward, and then just start shimmying your hips back. So you end up in spine stretch, but not dropped. Lifted, stretching, reaching, legs are nice and straight. Torso is nice and straight, not rounded. Lifting up out of those hips. Beautiful. All right, we are spinning over onto our side. I guess we're going to try and hit all the animals today. So we're going to do the clam. So you're on your side, your arm is resting under your ear, your waistline is lifted, your hips are stacked, knees are stacked, heels together, toes apart, abs drawn in, and we're lifting and lowering that top leg. Opening and closing, heels stay together, ribs stay in. And if you want to add on, you're going to lift the top leg, follow it by the bottom, come down and close. So it's open, lift, down and close. Open, lift, down and close, open, lift, down and close. If you want to add on again, it's open, lift, stretch, back, down, close, open, lift, stretch, back, down, close. 2 more. And last time. Good. From there, just prop yourself up on your elbow. Keep your knees bent for now. Push the shoulder back, lift up out of it, engage those lats. Take your top leg in front of the bottom leg. So remember those curtsies we did at the beginning of class? As we go into our side bend, you're gonna keep your feet where they are so they don't slide. You lift up and you have to lift your hips till your legs get straight, arch, and then you do that curtsy and you hover right above the mat. So you inhale to arch and you hover, arch and curtsy, arch and curtsy, keep that going. And we're coming down. Let's go do those 2 things on the other side, please. So stack those hips up, bend those knees, rest on that arm, waistline lifted, so there's engagement there, heels together, toes apart, and then we lift and lower, opening and closing in that clam. And then if you want to add on, you open, lift, down and close, open, lift, down and close. And if you want to add on again, you open, lift, stretch, back, down, and close. Open, lift, stretch, back, down, close. Last time, open, lift, stretch, back, down, and close. Bend that elbow, come up onto that elbow, shoulder back. Use those lats. Top ankle crisscrosses over the bottom ankle. There's a bend in your knees. As you arch up, you straighten out those legs without moving the feet, and then you curtsy and lift and curtsy. Two more. And then as you come down, you're onto your abs, forehead resting on your hands, feet close together or hip distance apart. Bring your abs in, back of the neck is long, shoulders out of your ears. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift the belly button, lift the thighs, and this, give me some flutter kicks, please. And relax. All right, now we're going to keep the lower body grounded. So you're going to bring your toenails to face the ground. Make sure they're pushing down. Engage your thighs by lifting your kneecaps, but your feet stay down. And then just lift your upper body a little bit. Remember all that work we did for your shoulder blades? Give them a couple squeezes to engage that area. And then inhale and reach your arms forward and pull them back. Make sure your toes are still on the ground, but your thighs are lifted. Two more. And we'll rest for a moment, maybe windshield wiper those legs if that would feel good. And then again, legs long. So we're going to put those two things together. Shoulders up out of your ears, hands in front to lift yourself up a little bit. And then squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then we're going to lift and start your flutter kick. And then bring your arms forward and back, breaststroking with the upper body and flutter kicking with the lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we relax. And again, you can windshield wiper or you can push back resting position, totally up to you. Take a moment. And then we're going to meet in that propped up position again. So remember that forward plank we did earlier. We're going to do that again, just a little bit longer this time. So let's pull that collarbone back, pull the chest and the ribs and the belly button and the hips. So you're in that pre-plank. Back of the neck is nice and long. And then you can tuck your toes and lift into a regular plank, or bend your knees and roll up onto the fronts of your thighs. And we're holding this one for 45 seconds. You can always roll forward and back if you want to entertain yourself a little bit. And we're 30 seconds in. And relax. And we'll press back. Let those arms be out front or by your side. You can always make this to give your knees a little more space. And then we're going to come forward onto our hands and knees. We're going to roll through a cat. And inhale into a bunny. All right, shoulders out of your ears. Reach around with one hand, pull the ribs in, pull the abs in. So as you do that, you're not rounding your spine, you're just engaging those abs. And then that hand walks forward and the opposite leg walks back. Shoulders out of your ears, rock forward and back, just like we did in that plank. And then come to a position where your weight is centered. So you don't want to be way back behind your supporting arm, nor in front of it, just right over it. And then lift that leg. And you're welcome to stay there, or you can lift that arm parallel with your ear. And then you have options here. You can tap and lift. And that back leg can be pointed or flexed, the toes. Or if you want to, you can open and close the arm and leg in opposite directions, or you could do a combination of down, up, open, close. Just bear in mind, as you do this, you want to keep that support by pulling those abs in, not letting your back sway too much. There's a natural curve there. And let's come down. And cat. And bunny. What's up? All right, from there, back of the neck is long. And again, ribs and abs in without rounding that back. So still extended in that tailbone. And then hand forward, opposite leg back. Press through those toes, rock forward and back a couple times. Good. And then when you centered your weight, lift that leg. And then lift that opposite arm. And then option to tap and lift. Or option to open and close. Or a combination up, down, open, close, and relax. And then just roll through that cat and bunny one more time, shoulders out of your ears. And then let's come back into a seated position. We're going to sit mermaid. So your left leg is going to be in front, right leg off to the side. And we want to lift those hips up so we can sit a little taller. We're going to start with that pretzel. It's an Easter pretzel. All right, knee is behind the hip if possible. Foot is flexed to protect that knee. And again, if you're really rounded into that left rib cage, lift up, push that left hip underneath you so stuff is sitting off to the left. Left arm in front, right arm off to the side. And then we'll lift that back leg. And then we'll push it back. Good, and then we're going to circle. And the other way. And then we're going to push back and lift up, push back and lift up, push and lift. Two more, push back, lift up, push back, lift up. Ah, you should have felt that in that back leg. So keep that leg as is. We'll stretch it in a moment. Drop onto your left elbow. Right arm up and over, a little stretch here, and then push it back up, right arm to the side, left arm up. Notice if you've dropped into those ribs, extend tall, and then give me the slightest hinge, not a drop and round. And then keep that left arm where it is and bring the right arm to meet it. And we're going to the left until we think we're going to fall over and then back up. Or until we think that right leg is going to lift, and then we come back up. And up and over. Arms nice and straight if you can. Good, and then keep your left leg in front. Bring that right leg around, but make sure that you're not on that left heel. Sit up and pull that right hip down with your right thumb, and then bring that left arm across to get that stretch all the way down the outside of that leg. And then if you want, loosely cross it over, right? So my heel is in front of the opposite knee. I already feel a stretch in that outer hip. If you want more, lift your hips up, push them back, and hinge forward. But if you round, you'll be avoiding that stretch. Ooh. All right, other side. So your right knee is going to come in, and your left leg is going off to the side. And we want to lift up off of that right glute, press that left leg back, flex through that heel, right arm in front, left arm off to the side. We start with the pretzel, we lift, and we push back. And we circle, and we circle the other way. Then push back and lift up, push back and lift up, push and lift, push and lift. One more, push and lift, bring that down. Arm to the side, opposite arm up and over. Get a little stretch here. And then bring that back up. We're still in that same position. The opposite arm to the side, right arm by your ear. Don't drop into it, but just hinge. And then as you come up, left arm meets it. And we hinge to the right as far as you can go before that leg wants to lift up or before you fall over, like that. Beautiful. All right. Bring that left leg in front of you, but not so it's not so you're sitting on that heel. Push that left thumb into the hip flexor to pull it down and give that leg a little tug across your body. And then loosely cross that ankle, that heel in front of the opposite knee. Lift up, push back, and you should feel that in that outer hip. So if my knee is way off to the side, I'm avoiding the stretch. If I have that knee right in front of me, I'm going to feel that a little deeper in that piriformis muscle. And then we'll sit up, nice and tall. All right, we're going to extend those legs out. And we're going to lift our hips up again. So we're sitting tall on those sit bones. We're going to do a kind of version of the saw today. You know, the saw is called that because it's as if you're sawing your pinky toes off with your pinky finger. So we're going to make it nicer today. Arms extended. Take that right hand, twist to the left. Use your back hand on the ground to push yourself forward. Then bring that hand down and grab wherever, outside of your calf, ankle, maybe toe. Roll the shoulder out of your ear and then lift the back arm and reach as far as you can. Pivot, just really feel that rotation in your body, that twist, really twist through the ribs, and then inhale back to center. And then left arm comes in front, right arm is going to support, hinge to the left, press forward, lengthen, 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 and then bring the hand down wherever it lands, and then lift that back arm and twist. The other thing you might think about is that left hip, push it back down. And then we'll sit nice and tall. We're going to do that one more time, that nice stretchy, twisty version. So we twist, back arm pushes down to help hinge forward, reach, twist, lengthen that left arm behind you. And then inhale, center, and we're going the other way. Right arm behind you to hinge forward, and then reach. Beautiful. And back through center. Big toes together. We will do our seated twist. Make sure you're not rounded. If you need to pull your glutes out from under you again, do so, or even sit up on something. Arms to the side, take your right hand. Actually, take your left hand. We're going to twist to the left. This arm is not coming across your body. It's staying wide as we twist. Once, twice, 3 times. Inhale, center. Make sure your big toes are still touching so that you know you rotated at the waist. Notice if you rounded into those vertebrae. Sit tall, extend. Here we go to the right. And center, left. And center to the right. And center. This time, bend your left elbow. Push, push, push. Center, left, push, push, push. Center, sorry. Opposite direction. Anyway, you guys knew what you were doing. All right. We're gonna spin back over onto our spine. We're gonna straighten out our legs though, and we're gonna flex through those heels. And we're gonna roll ourselves down. We're gonna do neck pull today. I don't do this very often. It's kind of a challenging one to get right, but I'm gonna give you modifications along the way. Fingertips to the edges of your skull, elbows nice and wide. First thing you wanna do is pull the ribs in, and you actually go into a pelvic tilt or a pelvic tuck this time. So belly button in, ribs down. Inhale, exhale, snap that belly button, and then inhale and start lifting. Now, most of us are going to come to a place where to get any farther, we need to either kick the leg or swing the body, but of course we don't want to do that. So just reach down, grab your thighs, maybe bend your knees, use your biceps to roll up nice and slowly. Inhale, sit tall, hands back where they were, as if we didn't help ourselves. Make sure you're not here, extend tall, lift, and then hinge forward with that flat back. Toes back towards your face. And then inhale to sit tall. Now, on the way back down, on this first one, we're all gonna grab our thighs, bend the knees a little bit, help yourself down, rolling down a vertebra at a time, and then straighten the legs. Inhale, and you come right back up again. Exhale, help yourself up. Don't kick those feet out, please. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, hinge forward without dropping the elbows. Inhale, sit tall. Now, if you want to try rolling down, you really squeeze the glutes. You keep the elbows wide. You don't pull them in front of you. You roll down a vertebra at a time. On the inhale, you start right back up again. On the exhale, you help yourself through it. You inhale to sit tall. You exhale to hinge. You inhale up. You exhale, roll back, or help yourself back if you need to, right? You inhale at the bottom, and we inhale to start right back up again. You exhale through the difficult spot. You inhale to sit tall. You exhale to hinge. You inhale to sit tall. You exhale to roll back. I want you to try one on your own and modify if you need to, please. Nice, you guys look good. Once you're down, stay down. All right, and then hands down by your sides. Stretch that right leg out on the ground and lift up into a bridge on your left leg. And then just hover the right leg just a couple inches off the ground. Should be a slightly different version of your bridge here. Keep your keep your glutes engaged, yes. And lift the hips a little higher to bring the right leg a little higher. Drop down, lift up, drop down, lift up. Now, if this is pulling on your low back too much, you need to lift that right leg a little higher. My right leg is moving up and down because of my hips, not because it's moving. And then bring that down. Right leg in, left leg extends nice and straight, shoulders out of your ears. When you're ready, press into that right hip, lift up, and then again, we're lifting and lowering. My left leg is moving, not because I'm lifting and lowering it, but because I'm lifting and lowering through the right side. And relax, and we will bend both knees. Deep breath in, grab hold of your legs, exhale. You're gonna roll yourself up to your thighs, bring your thighs against your ribs, lift your toes off the ground, lift the legs in tabletop, shoulders out of the ears, right arm and left leg extend, right leg and left arm join them, bend your knees tabletop, bend your knees down, feet on the ground, roll it down with assistance. Here we go again, deep breath in, exhale, roll it up, lift your knees, extend, bend, toe down, roll down. So I souped up that version a little bit. When you're ready to make it a little more challenging, no hands, to roll up, lift the knees, extend the arms and the legs, bend them, bring them down, deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, V, exhale, down, inhale, prepare. If you want to do the full teaser, those legs extend. Exhale, inhale, exhale down, exhale to come up, inhale at the top, exhale down. Let me see one more, please. And next time you're down, you get to stay down, extend that left leg long, right knee into your chest, and let's roll it in a circle, please. And then reverse that circle. Good. Let that right knee come into your chest. Flex the toes back. Reach down with your right fingers. Grab your big toe and lift it to the sky. Rib and knee really close together. And then straighten that leg. If you can't hold on to your toes anymore, move your hand to your ankle or your calf. And then let's do some pointing and flexing here. And then bend that knee in again. Bring it across your body. Little twist here. And then foot on the ground. Roll that leg open so you have that passive figure four stretch. Drag that left leg in. Extend it up in the air. Flex and point through that leg. And then cross those legs all the way over. Arms into a T. Knees drop to the right. Left, sorry. You knew that, I hope. Back through center, uncross your legs, pause. Right leg stretches, left knee in, give it a big hug, and then rotate it in circles and the other way. And then reach down with your left hand, grab your left toes, big toe, pull it back, knee in, and then extend that leg straight. And again, if you can hold on here, you point and flex. If you can't, you hold lower. Good, and then we bend that knee and bring it across the body. Little twist here. And then it comes back into that passive figure four. Slide that heel back. And then extend that leg up with the right foot. We'll point and flex and rotate if you want. And then bend that knee, cross the left leg all the way over, arms into a T, knees drop right. And back through center. As you make your way onto your hands and knees, try to unmute yourselves if you don't mind, or don't try. Please unmute yourselves if you don't mind, so that we can cat and monkey. All right, so as you are ready, onto your hands and knees. Exhale, cat stretch. Meow. Meow. Inhale, bunny. Exhale, cat. Meow. Inhale, bunny. What's up, cat? We're on the last one. All right, as you're ready, tuck your toes, high plank, press back down dog. Feel free to pedal out those ankles. And then wide hands, walk it back, bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Honey. What's up, dog? Shoulders out, bring it up. Big deep breath in. Happy spring, Easter, Passover, Earth Day coming soon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Flo.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Flo.